Right now at 6, local shipping companies are battling the online shopping holiday rush. And students at Edgewood College out protesting today. Their message is straight ahead.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now at 6.
First at 6, we have a developing story out of rural Adams County. The Department of Justice confirms human remains found last month are those of a missing 24-year-old woman from Dane County. She has been identified as 24-year-old Anastasia Evans. She has not been seen since May 4th, when she was last seen at an apartment complex in the Dells. The remains were first discovered by a hunter in a wooded area of rural Adams County on November 23rd. Postal delivery services are expecting this to be their busiest holiday season yet. They're going through millions of online orders, trying to get everyone's packages delivered before Christmas. It is the reason a lot of people are getting packages later than their estimated delivery times. Jamie Perez went to the UPS store in Middleton to see just how busy this one local store is.
Well, just to put this in perspective, UPS alone is expecting to ship more than 750 million packages this holiday season. The employees just at that UPS store in Middleton are working overtime to get through all of this. Here's a look at what they're dealing with.
Absolutely insane amounts of packages going through the system right now.
By absolutely insane, we're talking millions.
This is nothing.
Anywhere from 25 million to 30 million packages per day from UPS alone.
Dylan Lund has worked at the UPS store in Middleton for 3 Christmases now.
We were always moving boxes around.
Like any other postal service worker, he's working overtime to process the number of packages they're getting daily.
Very high volumes. We get busier and busier all the time.
Part of that is from an increase in online shopping.
With the Amazon getting bigger and bigger, we're getting more and more packages coming through. There's actually more going on this year than there was last year at the same exact time.
Another is that holidays are normally busier than usual.
Away it goes.
Even returns are already coming through.
Is this one scanned in yet?
No secret that Black Friday and Cyber Monday definitely play a big role in a lot of the shipments and a lot of the volume that comes through our system here. And we already have started to see a lot of that stuff coming back and us sending it all back to Amazon.
With the number of packages they're dealing with daily,
coming your way.
This is why many of you are getting your packages later than usual.
We're gonna get everything in the system to the best of our ability, but trucks only have so much space. There's only so much real estate within those trucks to be able to actually send everything through.
Even with the late deliveries.
Let's put this one in.
Some people aren't getting their packages at all.
Nationwide, you're talking about 1.7 million packages per day during the season that are gonna end up missing.
LUND suggests requiring signatures on all packages.
It's not a bad idea.
To make sure your delivery makes it to where it needs to be.
You can spend all the money in the world to get it there as fast as possible, but if somebody else takes it, it was all for naught.
But in the meantime, they're asking customers to please be patient as they work through the next couple of weeks to make sure everyone gets what they need in time for the holidays.
It goes like this, and then it just ramps up. It gets more and more and more, and it's only going to continue to get stronger and stronger as we push through.
Now, because they're dealing with such a huge amount of packages right now, they say the absolute latest that you should be shipping things out using ground services is December 13th, and that's pretty early for what they're normally expecting, but just because of the huge workload they have, December 13th is the absolute latest.
Plan.
Yes.
All right.
It's coming up.
Thank you very much.
Sure.
Well, we are looking ahead to the weekend now, and it's going to be pretty mild. Let's check your first alert forecast with meteorologist Dave Caulfield.
Yeah, Charlotte, temperatures will be back in the 40s for Saturday and Sunday. After that, though, winter definitely coming back to southern Wisconsin with temperatures in the 30s and eventually in only the teens for highs. Doppler track is quiet across southern Wisconsin. I think will remain that way for most of the weekend. We do have a few snow showers showing up closer to the Twin Cities. High temperatures today, even as that cold front came through yesterday, we still did pretty well today in the upper 30s, even some low 40s showing up across southern Wisconsin. Those temperatures have dipped significantly, though, into the upper 20s already in Madison at the 6 o'clock hour, 32 in Mineral Point and 34 in Janesville. For the next 12 hours or so heading into tonight and tomorrow, we'll see those temperatures dip into the low 20s to start off our Saturday. Plenty of sunshine on the way for tomorrow with highs near 40 once again, but clouds are on the increase in advance of our next potential round of snow. We'll talk about that in your first alert forecast in just a few minutes.
Students and community members are calling on UW-Madison leaders to commit to making clean energy changes. Local organizers are calling for Chancellor Rebecca Blank and administrators to agree to power UW-Madison with renewable energy by 2050. The rally in Madison is just one of many happening today across the country. Students at Edgewood College are protesting after the school removed a link to Planned Parenthood from its off-campus wellness resources website. The removal follows a petition that earned over 15,000 supporters. Gabriella Becerra joins us with what students want to see school leadership do.
Edgewood College interim president Mary Ellen Gevlinger made the decision with consultation from the President's Council to remove the link to Planned Parenthood, but says school leadership never saw the petition created by an off-campus conservative student group. Now, students are protesting for an apology from the student's interim president.
This is what Edgewood looks like! She's trying to cover her ears and put her head in the sand, and we're not going to let that happen. So we're going to press on until we get what we want, which is an apology.
Students say they are feeling unheard after school leadership removed a link to Planned Parenthood from their off-campus wellness resources website.
At this point, obviously we want the link back up, but the more overarching thing is we want her to apologize.
Interim President Mary Ellen Gevlinger says the link was taken down, quote, in an effort to reduce Edgewood College's value as a weapon as this organization continues to attack institutions. The students say the school made the wrong decision.
We're out here protesting because it is unacceptable.
President of Edgewood Safe, Sean O'Brien, says student leaders have been attempting to meet with school leadership on the matter, but Gevlinger didn't follow through.
The college always preaches the fact that they are inclusive and that they put their students first, and that's why they're here at work every day. And so with those lines, you would expect them to listen to the students, but they haven't. So I am a little surprised.
Until they feel heard, students promise to continue raising their voices.
It is our duty to fight for our freedom! Obviously, they see us, so we can't really, they can't not see us. We're loud and here, so they know how we feel.
Gevlinger said the Planned Parenthood information is still available in printed form at the school's Wellness Center, and she said she plans to reschedule a meeting with student leadership, adding that the college values the students and does not tolerate intolerance.
With just more than 2 weeks remaining in the annual Red Kettle campaign, the Dane County Salvation Army is hoping 3 match days will help make up for a shortage of donations. The first match day is tomorrow at the Associated Bank location. As of today, the campaign has raised only 17% of its $600,000 goal. They say 65% of the bell ringing shifts are also unfilled. Students at OSHKOSH West High School were back in class today. It's the first time since an attack and shooting inside the school. On Tuesday, a 16-year-old student stabbed the school resource officer, prompting the officer to shoot the teen. Both are expected to survive. Meanwhile, a probable cause statement was signed allowing the teen to be jailed until a court hearing is scheduled. However, it's not known when that hearing will be held. 2 of the teenagers involved in a high-speed crash in a stolen car this week are being held at the Juvenile Detention Center. Prosecutors say they both have a history of car thefts. A third has been released to their parents. This is the scene of the crash Wednesday. Prosecutors say one of the 2 being held had 2 other stolen key fobs on them at the time of the crash. They say the teens drove past a middle school at 60 miles per hour and were driving 80 down East Washington Avenue before the crash. A major crash this morning near Johnson Creek between a dump truck and fuel tanker. State Patrol officials say it happened on County Highway D, south of I-94. The DNR responded to the propane spill, but say they do not believe it to be a threat. One home was evacuated as a precaution. Both vehicles rolled over and both drivers were taken to the hospital, but are expected to be okay. The Wisconsin Department of Health Services is investigating multiple cases of adenovirus on college campuses around the state. They confirmed cases at UW-Madison, OSHKOSH, and La Crosse. Adenovirus infections commonly cause respiratory illness, which can range from cold and flu-like symptoms to bronchitis. Well, still to come on News 3 Now at 6, a locally owned business in Sauk City is raising money for the families of crime victims. What prompted the owner to start the program is next. The holiday tree is officially lit inside the state capitol building. Governor Tony Evers hosted a ceremony this afternoon. The theme of this year's tree is Celebrate Science. It came from a farm in Medford and is decorated with more than 2,000 LED lights and ornaments made by Wisconsin school children. The granddaughter of a man murdered early this year is turning her grief toward good. She's raising money to ensure any other families in a similar spot won't have to worry about finances. Amy Reed joins us now with how you can help.
Harold Johnson left this world in a shocking way, stabbed in a casino parking lot in the Dells. It was heartbreaking for the family, and they're still grieving. But now Harold's granddaughter is channeling that grief. Here's what she's been up to this year.
Hey, how's it going?
Things in life have a way of tying together.
Yeah, next week will be
Take Jessica.
fully stacked.
In her first year at her new store, LAF Boutique, the location was perfect and finally available after 2 years vacant.
It was almost like it was a sign from him.
Less perfect the day she saw it.
It was like, hey, here's a little smile for you. You know, it's gonna be a bad day, but here's a little smile for you.
That day, one that left her frayed, was the visitation for her grandpa. Harold Johnson, a man that left many good memories to Jessica, was murdered.
And it's like so hard to feel happy about the things that have happened, you know, and because it hasn't all been bad, but there's been one major bad instance.
The grief she can't get rid of, but she's found a place to put it.
That's 2908.
Her store, more specifically, the bracelets. One custom for her grandpa, gray.
He always wore these gray shirts.
Purple.
He was a man who loved purple.
Black.
So that men can feel comfortable wearing them as well. Even though he's like, purple's my jam.
The money will go toward a first-of-its-kind account for victims' families to tie up loose ends on debts and bills.
Because that's the last thing that people should be worrying about when you lose a family member in such a tragic way.
Other money she's already raised set up 2 scholarships, one at Portage High School, the other at MATC for students who want to study criminal justice.
You're never going to get rid of crime, you know, but if you can help someone go to school to, I guess, fight it.
She knows the work she's done, what she's built here, would make him proud.
So good to see you. I don't look at them like customers. Yes, they're friends. Let's do a little get together. Okay, for sure. You know, I think he would be happy about it, but at the same time, I think he'd be like, oh, don't give me all this attention.
But for the man he was, the friend he was, his life deserved this bow.
Maybe we can like turn the whole town purple, gray, and black.
Jessica hopes to make these bracelets a permanent piece of her shop because until the need goes away, she wants to make sure families have that support. Information on how to get in touch with Jessica will be available on our website.
Good for her for doing this. All right, thank you. Still ahead tonight in sports, we're live in Indianapolis with a preview of tomorrow's Big Ten Championship game. Plus, a look ahead to the weekend. Dave Caulfield thinks you're going to like what's coming. Your forecast is up next.
For first, fast, accurate weather updates, watch First Alert Weather.
Meteorologist Dave Caulfield joins us now, and a good weekend ahead.
Yeah, and we really need to enjoy it because a little bit farther out on the horizon, it's looking, not so much. Yeah, the opposite direction. So here's your 3 things to know. 40s this weekend for high temperatures, plenty of sunshine tomorrow. We'll see mostly cloudy skies on Sunday. Then rain and snow showers eventually changing to all snow on Monday. We're talking about 1 to 3 inches of snow generally for southern Wisconsin. So minor totals and generally minor impacts, but we'll watch that closely. And then some slightly more moderate impacts come in terms of the cold. As Arctic air arrives for Tuesday and Wednesday, the core of that cold air, the coldest conditions will be with us on Wednesday morning. So if you're thinking about hanging up those holiday lights this weekend, do it. Do it now, to borrow an Arnold Schwarzenegger phrase. We are looking at some nice weather over the next couple of days with temperatures in the 40s. We have alert days on the immediate horizon for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Monday, it's for that minor accumulating snow. More of that snow will be across northern Wisconsin. For southern Wisconsin, we're generally thinking 1 to 3 inches possible. And Tuesday and Wednesday, breezy and very cold weather. High temperatures will be in the teens. And then Wednesday morning, those low temperatures near 0. And we could be talking about wind chills well below 0 at times, especially the further north you head in Wisconsin. So as I mentioned, generally looking at about 1 to 3 inches of snow for southern Wisconsin by the time we get to Tuesday morning. And then those snow amounts do go up a bit dramatically closer to Rhinelander and the Northwoods. So live looking Madison on the Edgewater sky cam at those mostly clear skies. Today's high 38 degrees, so actually not too bad. Even though we had that cold front come through, we still ended up about 5 degrees above normal for this time of year. Right now, those temperatures down into the upper 20s in Madison. For tonight, we're looking at temperatures falling into the low 20s, partly cloudy, a little bit colder than what we've been used to, but still pretty seasonable for this time of year. Tomorrow, we're on the mild side once again in the low 40s for highs, partly sunny, becoming breezy. And as I mentioned, those temperatures are staying mild over the next couple of days. I think we'll see plenty of sunshine tomorrow. Hopefully the weather will be nice as well in Indianapolis, and hopefully that nice weather will translate into a nice result for the Badgers, even though I'm accidentally wearing Ohio State colors. My bad on that one. But that's a good thing for Badger fans because I jinxed the team that I guess I dress for, so hopefully that will be a good sign. Temperatures will be in the low 40s for tomorrow, and then mostly cloudy skies visit us on Sunday, but we will be mild as we head into the afternoon hours. And then by the time we get to Sunday night, we could see some light rain showers, and then again, rain and snow changing over to all snow on Monday. I mentioned the cold weather. We could be talking about wind chills in the order of -10 to -20 as we start off Wednesday morning. But look at our friends just to the north in Marshfield and Eau Claire. We could be talking about much colder wind chills compared to what we'll experience, but definitely we're going to need to bundle up early on Wednesday morning. And then Thursday morning still could be cold as well, with temperatures in the single digits once again. And then we will get slightly warmer by next weekend. But then we do have to talk about the possibility of more accumulating light snow.
All right, well, unlike Dave, I'm not going to jinx anyone, hopefully, because I'm not wearing any red. Big weekend for a lot of Badger teams, though, including the football team. We're live from Indy, and the volleyball team less than an hour away from their first round NCAA regional match. Those stories next in sports.
I'm Amanda Quintana. Tonight on the news at 9, holiday shopping is in full swing, and buying packages online is more common than ever. But see how drone delivery is changing the way gifts get to our door. Tonight on Fox 47.
right, so we got T-minus 24 and a half hours until the Badgers and Buckeyes, the rematch. The two teams did meet 5 weeks ago in Columbus, and we all know how that ended, but this time it's for the Big Ten crown. Now we've got good news and bad news. We'll start with the good news. Jay Wilson joining us live outside Lucas Oil Stadium, and a bit of not so great news to start, Jay.
Yeah, that's right, Melissa. We start out with an injury update, and it is not good news for the Badgers. Wide receiver A.J. Taylor won't play tomorrow. He, of course, suffered a knee injury during the Minnesota game, and he's been ruled out for the Big Ten championship game. Today in Indianapolis, they brought out the very shiny Big Ten championship trophy, and the two head coaches, Paul CHRYST and Ryan Day, had their photo op with it. The two coaches have slightly different views of what tomorrow is all about.
You know, I always think that, and we think as a team, that you don't worry about where you're going to end up at the end of the year. You worry about playing the season. And if you get the opportunity to earn the right to play more games, you're appreciative of that. And this group has done that.
You know, we want to make sure we're, like we talked about, accelerating through the finish line, which is the Big Ten championship game. It's been a goal. It's been on our board for a long time. And so it's all about being locked in, focusing on executing at a high level. At a game like this, there's a lot of hype, there's a lot of hoopla when you come into the city, and they do a great job of that. But really, at the end of the day, it's going to come down to execution and who does their job on the field, and that's what the focus is on right now.
Ohio State's 16.5-point favorites. If the Badgers are going to pull the upset, you figured Jonathan Taylor would have to have a big day. But in his two previous games against Ohio State, he ran for 41 yards in 2017, and he ran for 52 yards just 5 weeks ago when Ohio State beat Wisconsin 38-7. Melissa, back to you in Madison.
All right, thanks so much, Jay. Some good keys there. Well, the Fieldhouse hustling and bustling as we speak for the NCAA Regional. UCLA and Notre Dame playing as we speak. Winner of that game will play the winner of Wisconsin and Illinois State tomorrow. Now, the Badgers and Redbirds know each other pretty well. They played each other last year. Now, Wisconsin won that match 3-1. And even though a lot of the players and positions are the same on both teams, the Badgers aren't looking past what the Redbirds are capable of.
I know that they're really scrappy. We played them last year, and they're really good at keeping rallies alive. They got some good hitters and pretty good serve receive, so it should be a good matchup.
Once the selection show hit, we knew that it was time to get back to business, and we've had a great week of practices. It's been maybe some of the best practices we have all season, so our mindsets are definitely in the right place, and we're ready to go.
The women's hockey team also home this weekend. Going to be a hectic night for parking and traffic on campus, hosting Minnesota Duluth for a series starting tonight. Badgers have won 6 in a row. And the men's team on the road at Michigan State, a team that has only won 6 games overall this year. Badgers coming off a series split against Michigan. Men's basketball tomorrow opens up Big Ten at home against Indiana. So lots going on for us this
Anything
weekend.
else?
Yeah, I was gonna say,
It's all you now.
it's just not enough. Come on. Thank you.
We're staying quiet in the weather department for now. Tonight temperatures in the low 20s, and we're mild this weekend with temps in the 40s, but then some snow possible Monday and cold Tuesday and Wednesday with temperatures in the teens for highs and single digits for lows.
All right, Dave, thank you. And thank you for joining us. Have a great evening, and we'll see you back here at 10.